Uh, Good evening, everyone, and welcome to SpeedGaming 2. This is the Super Metroid multi-category tournament. We are currently in Game 2 between Cemo and Scotty Speedruns. I am the Richard Cruz, and joining me here is Kaizatun.
Yes, I'm Cousinton. I forgot to introduce us last time, so yes. Last race was extremely close the whole way through. Simo finally pulled ahead when Scotty took a death of Mother Brain, so we'll see how any percent goes.
Yeah, I think this is going to be another one where they're going to be really close for a large portion of the race.
Simo did mention that it'll be their first PRKD run, so Simo has enough randomizer experience that I'm sure this will be nothing new.
I think they'll be fine. They did. They went straight off the wreck ship last time, so.
Better magnet stairs rooms this time. Simo didn't get the D-boost off the towel like Scotty did. Oh, Scotty fell down.
That's.
The elevator room is the worst place to fall because once you take one fall, the timing on the steam coming out is just set
It's
up in the right
unpredictable.
way so that no, it's predictable. It's very regular timing. The very next time you go to jump, you'll get hit again.
You're
So you
right.
actually
You're
have to
right.
wait a little bit after you fall for the next gap and then go up during the next gap between the steams.
You're right. It's very predictable in that it's always going to be annoying. We'll say for those just joining us, this is game 2. The bans for the rounds were Scotty banned RBO and Cemo banned Max GT. And then for game 1, Cemo picked low percent ice. And now this is Scotty's pick of any percent.
So Simo got the weave of Moon falling down the climb, but Scotty didn't go for the weave this time because his entry into the climb wasn't quite perfect for it, so went for the safe but slightly slower strat.
The normal moonfall.
He will miss that D-boost off of the French fry again. Scotty got it. That closes a little bit of the gap.
I feel like that's going to be a lot of this race is filling a little bit of the gap back and forth.
Be just like the last one.
Yep.
Yeah, they send us 2 streams, but we actually only use 1.
We're actually just watching the same video played at different rates. It's one player. It's a robot playing the game one time, and we're just playing him in weird patterns.
If it was a robot, they'd leave this room instead of fighting Bomb Torso.
That was banned in the tournament, though.
Cemo didn't get the good drop manipulation and grabbed all of the bunch.
And just like that, a little bit ahead, Scotty.
Yeah, you want to avoid taking any damage from the waivers because you will only get a guaranteed missile drop from the Zeelas if you're at full energy. Oh, and Cemo was actually down a missile after the Pirates, so can't use a missile for the second Zeela in this elevator room. And if you remember, the lead changed at the Zeela farm last race too, so...
It changed a few times last race.
But Cemo had a clean Zeela farm this time, so that's good.
Very clean. No.
They both missed the D-boost to the left.
But Scotty fell down too, unfortunately.
Ooh. Cemo took a hit from the rail, so slightly worse energy. Only 5 points in it worse though. No weave and no down back this time.
No.
Alright, so the first deviation from last race. They're picking up charge missile this time because they're allowed to have more than 14 items.
Which, that's a good thing. It's gonna make this much quicker boss fights.
Yeah, it makes the Phantoon fight easier. Makes Torian faster because you don't have to refill missiles.
Nice
Red towers from both of them. So when you're deboosting to the power bombs, you notice they hit the left side of that second hopping thing. If you hit too far to the right, you don't get all the way to the power bomb. So they raise their hitbox a little so they don't hit until they're to the left side of it. That way they get all the way over.
I think it's my favorite deboost of the game. It always looks pretty, and it's just so cool.
Yeah. Alright, Scotty got the door box set up for the CWJ. But jumped a frame early. Looks like cemo also jumped a little bit frame early for the CWJ, so.
Both of them going for the HBJ. Scotty gets it on the first try, and cemo on try number 2.
Yeah, I don't know if you call that as try number 1 or try number 2. Because it's kind of try number 1 because cemo didn't fall in the water. Pretty much try number 1.
Yeah. Well, they missed the first bomb jump part. They never fell.
Yeah. Yeah, cemo had a weird comment in the race time chat that it was their first PRKD run, which seems unusual. But I've seen cemo run enough randomizers, and I'm sure they've watched enough runs to know what to do in a PRKD run and knock out a good run the first try anyway. So.
Oh, I think they've got this. I've seen them run enough too.
Scotty did not get good. Those were bad missile drops, though, so Scotty didn't have enough missiles to do Fantoon quickly.
Yeah. I was saying it was a nice air Doppler, though, from cemo.
Well, they've both finished off Fantoon, but Scotty's in a better position health-wise. cemo's at the mercy of Fantoon's drops. Oh, actually got health bombed. So getting health bombed there is also really bad because now cemo's extremely low on power bombs and also low on ammo.
Ammo in general, yeah.
This attic is going to be a mess. I think cemo can handle this attic. It'll just be slower than what it would optimally be with good ammo. But having good energy here is useful. So health bomb is never a great thing to get from Fantoon.
No, it's the worst thing, really, in almost every situation.
Oh, favorable ammo drops from the atomics, though.
Yeah.
Oh, because cemo was on full energy. So
right.
Because the full energy, cemo was guaranteed those missile drops from the atomics. Huh. Super count is still really low, and this power bomb count means that cemo will need to farm the crabs a little bit more, and possibly farm the B-Tom and Red Tower.
Yeah.
So one of the things they want a power bomb for going down is to break the tube early before entering Norfair.
Right.
So they don't spend as much time in the tube breaking cutscene on the way back.
I'm trying to think if it would be worth it to farm that guy, though.
Yeah.
Or that power bomb for that.
I'm sure there's some any percenters in the chat that can tell us whether it's worth farming the Red Tower B-Tom. cemo didn't quite get the down back this time. Yeah, chat is saying it's worth farming the red tower B, Tom, for the tube break, so. And the thing here, there is, when you break the tube, there's a whole bunch of lag as all the pieces fall down. But if you leave the room right afterwards, you skip most of that lag.
Yeah.
So what the runners do is the trigger for breaking the tube is on the left side of the room. They place the power bomb on the left, and it won't actually break until you change your input. So you start running before the trigger gets hit, and then you shoot. So there's a change in your input before you hit the door, so that the tube breaks right before you hit the door, and you skip most of the lag. Yeah, it's on the left near the top. You can see it in certain special tile viewers, like Practice Hack will probably show it to you. Good B Tom Farm. One thing to be careful of when you break the tube is if you do it frame perfect as you exit the door, then you permanently lose control of Samus, and you're just stuck there, standing, doing nothing, soft locked. So, one of the places where you can make a frame perfect mistake that just ruins your run.
I did not know you could do that in that room.
Yeah, I did it last week myself. So. Not in a race, just in practice, but I have done it within the last couple weeks. So yeah, Scotty opening the door to ice early so that he doesn't have to spend that extra super after going up from high jump.
Yep.
Cemo opening it a few seconds later. So
Scotty didn't open the door.
that's fine. So when Scotty comes back out, he'll jump up through the Sova and lay a power bomb. The power bomb will kill the Sova and break the bomb blocks, and then he can open the door and get out.
Yeah, I just like to...
So in any percent where you have that power bomb, it probably actually loses time to open the door before going down.
Interesting.
Like, I never see any of the top runners open the door early, so I just assume it's slower.
You know, that's a fair assumption with that information.
Clean ice escape from Scotty. The execution on that is a little bit different in any percent compared to low percent. Looks like Cemo used the exact same execution as low percent, so you fall back on what you're used to executing. But Scotty did a little bit different. That waiver is a scam. Its hitbox is always a little bit shorter than you expect, so it's really easy to run off on accident.
Yeah, those waivers are always annoying to me. Most of the enemies in this game are annoying to me. I feel like the game would be easier if they weren't there trying to kill me.
In some ways, yeah, but some of the enemies are almost useful too. So like they drop things for you to. They drop ammo and they drop healths for you, so
That's good.
they're useful. And you know, some of them you can deboost off them to go somewhere faster.
Shack Tool opens up Spring Ball.
Yeah, and you get to kill Shack Tool, so useful in 2 ways.
Yeah.
See, like that Alcoon right there. Scotty deboosted off the Alcoon to get to the left side just a little bit faster.
Oh.
So some PRKD runs will skip these wave missiles. This time save is from skipping them is minimal because you have to go through the room a little bit differently to hop over them. You don't save the full fanfare time if you skip them. And it affects your ammo throughout Modern Warfare. And you're at the mercy of Metroid drops in Torian. So.
And so many, it's just easier to just get them.
So there's some runners that will pick up wave missile and some runners that will skip in. All right, perfect lava spark from Scotty. Cemo missed the down press, but had the echoes. So going for the grav jump back up.
And just gets it cleanly.
Yeah. As a veteran rando player, Cemo is very used to doing a grav jump through lava dive. Alright, fast pillars from Scotty. This worst room in the game in any percent is very specific. You have to do exactly what Scotty did, or you take a lot more time, or you go a lot slower.
It's really annoying. I hate doing it.
Basically, you have to run a very specific distance on that platform. And you know, Cemo decides to reset the room after feeling just a little bit off.
I love that. I love the...
Scotty got a super drop but didn't pick it up. That's too bad. That super would have been nice to have.
And they're gonna get them from the metal pirates.
Yeah.
Probably.
Cemo was forced to play it safe after taking a couple hits in worst room of the game. That big energy from the top part is very important because that takes Cemo out of one-hit death range. Cemo is electing to save before fighting Ridley.
Yeah.
Scotty did not save.
I mean, with 69 health, I do not blame them.
Oh, yeah. Some people have called this any percent Ridley fight low percent with training wheels. And it's kind of similar. You use a bunch of charge shots. Just your charge shots do a lot more damage than this.
And you have more ammo. And health. Well, no, actually, they have the same amount of health.
Yeah, same health. Only 10 more missiles. That's not a big deal.
No, not really. It really is the charge beam. Just the wave and spacer.
Chad is pointing out that Cemo kind of got scammed by the metal pirates dropping supers. I didn't catch it myself, so I'm not sure.
I did not either. I was too busy watching the space.
Scotty has turned off Ice and Spazer as preparation for the Batoon fight, which will open with an X Factor. The X Factor is where you have... It's like the ice shields we saw last race. You have exactly one beam turned on, you have power bomb selected, and you charge up your beam, and you charge up an extra long time, and you get a special beam attack. And it's different for each beam. The wave beam one is what we call the X Factor. It's 4 particles that do 300 damage each. So they start off the Batoon fight with that.
It's really powerful if you can land all of them.
Yeah. The faster Ridley fights will actually start off with 2 or 3 or 4 X Factors, depending on RNG. Cemo also has Ridley down, so not going to need that save after all. This Three Musketeers room is very specific movement again, because you need the Musketeers in the correct place and they respond to how Samus moves through the room. And so, depending on how you move, they'll be in different places, and it affects how you dodge them to avoid getting knocked around.
Scotty getting through just fine. Does take a hit, but...
Yeah, it has enough energy to afford that hit.
Yeah, exactly.
You notice how Scotty killed the waivers in Bubble Mountain before laying the power bomb to reduce the lag. Every enemy that you have in the room when you set off a power bomb is going to increase the amount of lag that you get. So they kill enemies in very specific ways to reduce that lag. Cemo got the Wasteland Speedball that Scotty missed.
It's gonna make that movement through this room more predictable with a cleaner entry. Scotty just supering the floor because they're mad at it.
Scotty actually almost crashed the game. Scotty killed the eye door while the shot was on screen. And if you do that, you have 8 seconds to leave the room before the game crashes. So that it's always kind of dangerous when the eye door gets a shot off.
You were so busy informing me of that knowledge that Kraid died already. And Scotty picked up Varia.
Yeah, as expected, you know. Nice, great quick kill from.
You know, I haven't really been paying attention, but is this going to be our high five?
Yep.
Is that our first high five?
I haven't been watching enough. I'm sure we've had others. Seemed was far enough behind that we'd have had to have had some in Lower Norfair, so.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Simo also got trolled a bit by the Idor.
Yeah.
Simo is shooting down through the floor, so there's a couple of Kraid's claws underneath the room. If you can destroy them underneath, it reduces the lag, so the room takes less time.
Here's that X Factor you were talking about earlier.
Perfect one-round Batoon, so. Now you have to be careful. If you leave Batoon's room too fast before the wall finishes despawning, Batoon won't actually die. Meanwhile, Scotty got a perfect Yahtzee, where you get that mock ball at full speed into the energy tank. Supers from two of those Puyos. That's actually really nice. Clean down grab.
And getting the
And
full.
yeah, full halfie for Scotty. All right. So the weird jumping where Scotty was aiming down after shooting the eye door, that's actually to fix the camera so that it doesn't have to scroll down as far when you're going through the door. Just a little teeny time save.
I mean that's. I feel like that's any percent. Is little tiny time saves everywhere. That was a nice X Factor and Shine Spark into Dragon.
Okay. So Scotty's electing to skip the Dragon drops, has enough resources to not go for him. He's tearing this blue suit out to use for the return halfie.
Gets it.
Oh, Simo missed a particle on the X Factor, so when you do those special beam attacks, you can't fire anything until all the particles are gone. So because Simo missed one particle, that greatly slowed down the Batoon fight. We have another high five right there. Good ball chips in that tiny gap for Scotty.
Scotty is also done with his bosses.
Yep.
On their way to Turian. And Cemo making the way to Dragon.
Yeah, Simo also got the full halfie and then yeeted his super into the floor. So
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. That's a risk of playing aggressive and going for those diagonal shots.
Oh, I was just saying that sometimes I hate the floor and I want to shoot a super missile at it.
Super missiles are too valuable. You can't use them up in anger.
Hey, you're probably right.
That's a different X Factor Dragon setup that cemo use. Yeah.
And that is Dragon down.
cemo goes for the spike suit, but didn't quite get it the first try. Let's see a second attempt.
No. Just gonna leave the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, this is a little bit slower, but once the drops appear, you're out of free time. So if you keep retrying the spike suit after that, you're losing time.
Yeah. All right, that's a 36-27 entering Turian. Or entering the elevator.
I think cemo feels a little bit low on resources. They farmed a couple extra mock droids. Alright, no last room Metroid scams this run.
Yep.
Sometimes those Metroids in the last room will scam you out of a super and you find yourself on 29, which is survivable, or 28, which is bad.
Yeah. Those guys are the worst. That last room is always just a gamble, it feels like sometimes.
Yeah, all of the rooms are a gamble.
The game is a gamble. Oh.
That Miss Baby Skip alone is not enough to turn the tide in this race. But there are still lots of things that can go wrong.
There are plenty of things that can still happen.
That's a good down back Zeb skip
Yeah.
from Scotty.
Yeah, nice and quick.
Got one missile sniped. Okay, that's fine.
Thank you, honey.
You want the sauce?
So when you're shooting those missiles and supers into the jar, and the turrets are trying to snipe you, again, it's your projectiles versus their projectiles, so it's on a 32 by 32 grid, and you can actually have your shot sniped when it looks like it's really far away, but because it's inside that same 32 by 32 grid square, it counts as sniping your shot. We've had people lose their runs because this ridiculously far away shot counted as sniping away their super.
I meant to be paying attention to this, but I missed the time difference between Cemo and Scotty entering Turian. I was being handed pizza.
We'll see the time difference when they finish.
Yeah.
It's the finish time difference that actually matters.
That's true.
You can have an hour between their Turian times, and whoever finishes first is the one that actually matters. Scotty is through Mother Brain 2. You gotta be careful when you're damaging down like that. If you're going too fast, you can actually take a double hit from Mother Brain's leg and suddenly find yourself below 300. So if you're below 300, you die.
That's a bad place to be.
Oh, and Cemo also misses the baby skip.
Yep.
Just jumped a little bit too soon.
But like you mentioned earlier, that was not going to be the make or break for this.
Yeah, the Mother Brain fight was the last make or break. People had a bad day with the Zeb skip there.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate set of circumstances that occurred.
There are some days when your Zeb skip is great, and some days where you just suddenly fail for no reason. So this is one of those.
Well, Scotty is entering his escape. Well, Cemo is entering Mother Brain 2.
Scotty, getting trolled by Leodox, decides to go all the way to the bottom and start back up.
Just giving us a full tour of the room. You know, you hardly get to see that corner.
Yeah. You don't see that corner very much. So. Scotty should also go over to the lower right corner and show us that one too.
No, that one's too far out of the way.
Alright, Steamer was also through Mother Brain 2.
Scotty saving the animals.
And you can't be sure until they actually go into the room. Until they go into the room, they might not be.
and then bonk the ceiling.
Yeah, so you can actually charge a spark there and open the door and spark back out. Do it wrong. Now, Simo saved the animals last race, so Scotty had to save them this time.
Yeah.
We'll see who saves the animals in the next race.
Well-
Simo won the first one. Scotty has won this one, so we'll have to take this to a game 3.
GG's to Scotty, finishing with official racetime.gg time of 45:01.
Pretty clean escape from Simo. No
Indeed.
animal save though.
Oh boy. Get your GG's in chat. For Simo. I already closed out of the racetime room, so I do not know the
47:49 for Simo's first PRKD run. I'm not sure I really believe that was Simo's first PRKD, but I'll take their word for it.
It was very nice. Well, everyone, it looks like we're going to game 3.
And the RNG has chosen GT Classic for game 3.
Yes, GT Classic. This will be fun. This will be very fast.
Yeah, this will be about 5 to 10 minutes faster than this any percent. So.
Well, we're probably going to give our runners just a few more minutes. You know, relax, stand up, pee.
Yeah, they get to decide when to start it up next, so we'll just
Yeah.
be on break until they're ready.
Yep. So, we'll see you guys soon.